I'm Anya Cleveland. Coming up on Temple Update, I'll tell you why hundreds of people gathered to save the earth.
I'll tell you what campus security is doing to respond to a recent attack on a Temple student.
And I'm Jillian Marshall, and I'll tell you what was flung at Spring Fling in support of a charity.
Hello and welcome to this edition of Temple Update. I'm Joshua Lamino.
And I'm Jennifer Lee. We begin this edition of Temple Update with some important information and tips for students about campus safety in the wake of a recent attack on a Temple student. Temple police are increasing patrols following the attempted rape of a Temple student near main campus. Update's Cherry Gregg has the story.
The intersection of Broad and Oxford Streets is just a few feet away from popular student hangouts like the Pearl Theater and Barnes & Noble's bookstore. But on April 13th, the 1500 block of Oxford was also the scene of the attempted rape of a female student. According to police reports, the Temple student was walking right here along Oxford Street at about 11:30 p.m. She was texting on her cell phone when all of a sudden a man came up from behind her and pulled her into this lot and tried to sexually assault her. Police say the man was trying to pull the student's pants down in this field when a person walking nearby saw the assault and began yelling for help. The attacker then ran away, leaving the student shaken but uninjured.
That was so shocking for me. It can be, more brutal than this.
Does it make you nervous at all to hear about something like that?
Not really. I'm kind of used to it.
Campus security sent out an email advisory the day after the incident, alerting students of the attack. You're not afraid?
No, I'm not afraid. I'm cautious, but I'm not afraid. I think fear feeds into it,
Campus security asked that students take safety precautions to avoid future attacks. Be aware of your surroundings by avoiding the use of distracting devices such as cell phones when walking alone. Don't talk to strangers. Avoid dark or hidden walkways and shortcuts. Trust your instincts. If you feel uncomfortable in a place or a situation, leave and get to safety. Take advantage of campus transportation services, such as Owl Loop. And finally, don't hesitate to call Temple or Philadelphia police if you feel unsafe. Reporting for Temple Update, I'm Cherry Gregg.
Police are still on the lookout for the attacker. If you have any information, contact the Philadelphia Police Special Victims Unit at 215-685-3261.
A 19-year-old Temple University student remains in critical condition at Hahnemann University Hospital after being struck by a vehicle on April 17th. The police arrived at the intersection of Broad and Montgomery Streets at 9:45 p.m. and found the female, who suffered from a broken leg and several other injuries. Police say 21-year-old Ivan Pauline was the driver of the car. He was charged with a DUI, 2 counts of assault, and reckless endangerment.
Temple University held its 8th annual Health and Wellness Fair on April 19th. More than a dozen tables from different vendors filled the Fox Gittes room in the Leocore Center to give out free screenings and health information. Temple faculty and staff were able to measure their blood pressure and cholesterol levels and even receive free hygiene and health products. Temple University students, faculty, and staff took over Burke Streets on April 14th for the 13th annual Spring Shape Up. This event is sponsored by the Department of Campus Safety and features a 1K walk and a 5K run around campus. The event promotes staying in shape and also establishes a connection with campus safety. Human Resources Administrator Hunt Bartine has been a part of the Spring Shape Up for 10 years, and he believes it holds a strong meaning for everyone.
I think it shows the commitment of safety and security to health and safety, and sends a really nice message to engage everyone in activities.
Along with the free food, music, and t-shirts, everyone had the chance to get a running start on their spring workouts.
Temple art historian Elizabeth Bowman has been awarded a fellowship by the Guggenheim Memorial Foundation. The funds will complete a book-length study on the Church of the Red Monastery, a 6th century basilica in Egypt. Bowman and her team of 16 scholars and specialists have worked on the project for a decade. Only 2 out of this year's 180 award recipients are art historians. The Fox School of Business hosted its 6th annual Social Entrepreneurship Conference on April 14th. The event featured panel discussions, breakout sessions, and hands-on workshops to discuss the growth and impact of social entrepreneurship in Philadelphia. Venture capitalist George Overholster says, to become a successful business person, you have to think more about just the bottom line.
I would just encourage people to think broadly about the way they participate in our society, and you can go out and make money, and at the same time you can change people's lives for the better.
Nearly 100 people attended the event.
Students in Temple School of Communication and Theater will have the chance to travel to South Africa this summer as a part of a new study abroad program. Students will spend 4 weeks in Johannesburg to conduct research and produce journalistic or documentary narratives and experience life as a foreign correspondent. It was a chance to have a glass of lemonade for a good cause. Broadcasting professor Matt Fine's 2 sons set up an Alex's Lemonade stand in Annenberg Hall to raise money for pediatric cancer. This is the 2nd year Evan and Adam organized the stand in honor of Alex Scott, who worked to eliminate childhood cancer before succumbing to the disease at the age of 8.
To a cancer foundation, and then it grew and grew and grew, and she died, grew bigger, and now it's a famous charity.
Since the Alex's Lemonade Stand Foundation was founded in 2004, it has raised over $40 million for childhood cancer research.
Temple University held its annual Alumni Weekend from April 15th through the 17th. The weekend was highlighted by the cherry and white football game and an alumni basketball game. Other events, like an international street fair that featured games and performances to highlight global traditions and celebrate the diversity of Temple's campus. Once a year, the Temple community gathers outside to promote organizations on campus. This year's Spring Fling was rescheduled for April 20th, and although students had to wait an extra week, it didn't stop them from having a good time at this year's event. Updates, Alyssa Paul was there.
In the past, rain seems to have been a constant theme for Temple University's Spring Fling. This year, students were thankful to enjoy some sunshine.
I really hope it holds up. I don't want it to thunderstorm, but it's been a beautiful day so far, so I can't complain.
The event offered a variety of activities for students, including dunk tanks, eating contests, face painting, and even sumo wrestling.
I think it's just, seeing like all the students out, and just interacting with each other, just experience it all, like having a good time. I think that's what it's all about.
Some students enjoyed live music and dancing, while others played games on Leocoris Walk. The Temple men's and women's gymnastics teams celebrated Spring Fling their own way by adding a little flip.
This is every year, it's a tradition. Our alumni started it years ago, and we just bring the trampoline out, set it up, rain or shine, and have a blast.
For the first time in 3 years, the weather hasn't rained on Temple University's campus for their favorite event of the year. Temple students continue to have fun in the sun here at Spring Fling. Reporting for Temple Update, I'm Alyssa Paw.
Still to come on Temple Update, Philadelphians raised awareness about sustainable living by putting on their running shoes and taking to the streets.
And a well-known Philadelphia sports writer stopped by Paley Library to chat with students. We'll let you know what was on his mind.
And I'm Rudy Mezzi. Coming up later in sports, I'm asking, got Wilk? Well, even if you don't, find out why one NFL team will and why it'll happen pretty fast. Don't worry, Temple Update will be right back.
Jill Marshall is here with this week's health report. So Jill, tell us about a special event that happened over Donor Awareness Month.
Thanks, Jen. It was the biggest event Gift of Life held this month. According to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, there are more than 100,000 Americans waiting for an organ transplant. More than 7,000 Philadelphians gathered at the Art Museum to help make a difference. Updates Noel Roby has more.
Runners and walkers laced up their shoes and loosened their muscles for the 16th annual Dash for Organ and Tissue Donor Awareness. The event helped to raise funds for public education and to raise community awareness about the need for donors.
To our donor families who are here in memory of someone, or for recipients who are here to celebrate their second chance at life and to remember their donors.
The event was made up of donors, donor families, recipients, and people who want to help make a difference. Participants chose from one of 3 events, a 5K or 10K run, or a 3K walk.
For those who came to the walk that weren't already organ and tissue donors, the Gift of Life provided a table where they could sign up.
For so many people who are here, it's a personal journey.
The girl who's the team coordinator, her son was a volunteer fireman, was in an accident, and on the back of the shirt it says 6 lives saved. That's how many organs his death unfortunately helped with 6 people.
Temple University Hospital showed its support at the event by sending representatives from each of the transplant programs.
We all band together to create one team this year and to get the message out there about organ donor awareness.
What might this important message be?
Right now we have 6,500 people who are waiting for a life-saving transplant.
Please become an organ donor. It's the greatest gift you can give to someone else. It really is the gift that keeps on giving.
Reporting for Temple Update, I'm Noelle Roby.
The Gift of Life Donor Dash raised over $400,000.
It's great to see other people helping out other people.
Definitely. Thanks, Jill. The results for this year's Recyclemania are in. Temple exceeded its 2011 goal of recyclable material collected. Their university gathered more than 414,000 pounds of materials, which is 2.8% more than last year's total. Temple finished #1 in the Gorilla category for most recyclables collected in the Atlantic 10 Athletic Conference. And the school finished first for having the least amount of trash per person in the A10.